Hello everyone, it's Saxon Smith here. Thank you for tuning in to another one of my videos. And today I thought I would address a bit of a question that I'm getting from some people, and that is around the differences between working in a company as opposed to running your own business. Now, as someone who has seen both ends of the spectrum, I've ran businesses full-time, where that's my only thing, and I've also worked full-time for other people. I can give what I think is a fair representation of the positives and negatives of both. And for you, maybe as someone who's working for someone, maybe for someone who is running your own show, maybe if you're a graduate or someone who is looking to get into the workforce, you can make an educated decision based on this advice as to whether or not you'd rather start off working in the corporate field or throwing yourself straight into the deep end, starting that business and seeing how you go. So let's start with working in a job. Now, I am currently working for a large commercial real estate firm. I'm a commercial real estate agent. Yes, I still run other business ventures on the side, but this is my main thing. Now, I believe that the number one reason that you might be interested in working for someone else is the immense learning opportunity that it offers. Working within a company gives you a chance to skip all of the laborious setup stuff that you have to do when you're running a business, operate as someone more senior, and learn the role inside out. For me, as someone who's newly entered the commercial real estate field, I can say that I have learned so much from the other more experienced operatives, from my managing director, from the other sort of mentors that I've got in the company. And for me, this is the number one reason why you might be interested in working for someone else. I think that this experience is invaluable, and you should just see it as an extension of your training, of your university degree, of whatever you're doing, because this will get you going, and it will mean when you do start that business, if you decide to do that, you'll have a massive head start and you'll hit the ground running. Number two, the second reason why I advocate working for someone else in a corporate field is stability of income. Now, this one's a pretty easy one. You're going to be getting a salary in most instances. You might be salary and commission if you're working in the real estate field, but you know that every month, that every fortnight, that every week, you're getting paid the same amount, and that makes it easier for you to go out and take mortgages, take loans, and take more risks. You know you've got the income coming in. It's really good for your mental state, and it means that you can actually go out there and borrow money. So that's a massive bonus of working for someone else. Number three, the path to improvement is very clear when you're working within a company. Most people who go and work for these big multinational firms realize from very early on that there is a clear hierarchy. You might start off as an assistant or a junior associate. Then you might move up to an associate level. Then maybe you might be a manager, then an associate director, then a director, then you might be the managing director or the CEO. There's that clear chain of command, and that gives you a very clear idea of how to structure your goals if you want to work your way up within the company. These companies, good companies, will often recognize people who are ambitious and want to work their way up over time, and they will reward you for your hard work. So this is a very clear thing, knowing that working within the company, as long as you perform, as long as you do well, there is this hierarchy and you will grow. That is something that, again, is very good for stability, making you feel at ease and giving you that sense of security when you're working for someone else. Finally, working for someone else, working within a company is a lot of support. So by that, I mean, you have a limitation of liability. When you're working for yourself, you go out there, you are responsible for all the wins, but you're also responsible for all the losses. But when you work for someone else, if you're sued, if the worst case comes and one of your clients isn't happy with you, you don't have to take all of the punishment for that. The company, the business you're working for can actually really help you, and you get that support and advice from other people who've been there before. They might already have legal structures in place, and that limitation of liability is invaluable because you don't know how much it sucks to be sued until you're sued. So that's another major benefit of working for someone else. Now, of course, the downsides, working for someone else means you've got limited income potential. Even if you work your way up the hierarchy, even if you work your way up to managing director, they still often have set income standards for these positions. And often if they're a public corporation, this is all disclosed to the stakeholders, which means you are going to be fixed within a band. When you start off, you might be earning 40 grand. You might get a 10 grand increase when you get that promotion. Then after 2 years, you might get another increase, and it might be another increase, but it's always very capped. You're only going to make as much as your salary gives you, and this is a limitation for working for someone else. When you're working for yourself, you work harder, you get paid more, and this is a limitation of being an employee. Another major downside, I think, for working for someone else is that you have to be filling a role and doing exactly what you're told. There is an element of being a bit of a a robot in a company where, you know, the hierarchy gives you a task and you sort of have to fill it out for them. You don't have the same level of autonomy that you have working for someone else, and you know, you'll get told off if you do something wrong, or you might be given a list of tasks to do and you'll have to complete them out and do what you're told. You're getting paid by someone else to do a specific job and you're gonna have to do that job. And if you're someone who likes to have an element of flexibility, that likes to do their own thing, then this is a major limitation working for someone else, and this has been a big shock for me. Now let's talk about running your own business. Now, I started my first businesses when I was about 17 years old, my first real profitable business when I was about 19, 20 years old, and I can tell you the number one reason why I love being a business owner is the massive upside potential that comes with it. By that, I mean, if you work really hard, if you're smart about it, if you put yourself out there and grind away, you can earn immense amounts of income. You can generate new opportunities that you wouldn't otherwise see working for someone else. And the possibilities are absolutely endless. When you're working within a company, it's very fixed. You know what you're getting. You get the stability. It's really good for your psyche. But when you work for yourself, you don't have that stability, but you have the capacity and you have the option of potentially earning way more. So if you're the type of person that's self-motivated, if you can give yourself systems and structures, if you can push yourself, working for yourself is a great option because you have the ability to exponentially increase your results. Number 3, and another major reason why I like being a business owner myself, is the massive growth and personal development that it gives you. Being a business owner is like nothing else. Once you commit and say, hey, you know, I believe in something, I think I want to start something up and really impact the world, you are going to have an immense transformation personally. I strongly believe that your business is a reflection of you as a person, how hard you work, what your ethics are, what your morals are, how you treat other people, and what you put into it, you'll get out. Building a business is like having a baby, and when you grow it up, it's something you can be proud of, it can be yours, and you can impact the world like nothing else. One of the major benefits from being a business owner I've found is that you can have huge amounts of impact, much more than what you can working for someone else, and it's completely yours. You'll grow along the way, and there's all these personal development benefits that you'll generate from being a business owner. Of course, there's downsides though. One of the major downsides of being a business owner is there's no income stability whatsoever. When I was running my marketing agency, I had some months where I earned, you know, tens of thousands of dollars, made really, really good money, but other months where I made absolutely zero and I was panicking and I was stressed and I was worried about everything. So, you know, if you're the person who can sort of cope with that roller coaster, if you're, you know, up for it, absolutely go that business owner path, but you have to be able to handle the downs with the ups, and they can be really tough. You know, you're gonna have bills, you're gonna have staff that you need to pay down the track if you get to that point, and you're gonna have people relying on you. So there's a lot more pressure on you as a business owner, and you have to be able to withstand that pressure, not give in to what people think, and really put yourself out there and grind and grind and grind away until you build something that can keep generating on its own. Number 2, second downside, you are gonna be totally responsible for your losses. Being a business owner means that you have the capacity to get sued, you have the capacity to ruin your reputation. You're gonna be having people upset at you at times, and sometimes it's not even gonna be any fault of yours. You're gonna be out there, you're gonna be trying your best, you're gonna be trying to give value to people, but sometimes things go wrong, it's the way it is, and you'll get in trouble, and you're responsible for that financially, socially, and you know, all of your emotions will be brought into this business. It's gonna be an absolute roller coaster ride, and not only the income side of things, but you're also gonna have to take on the responsibility and the leadership side of things when business isn't going so well. And I can tell you, from my perspective, there are times when, you know, everything's great, but other times when, you know, it's really sad and it's really hard and you'll be on your own and it'll be a bit of a lonely journey. Being a business owner, very much at the start, is spending a lot of time by yourself and being okay with that. And this is a downside I find, because when you're working in a company, you've got the benefit of having people around you, you've got the support, you've got people you can rely on, and that makes it a lot easier for you. So what should you do? My advice is that if you're someone who's interested in being a business owner, but also interested in working for someone else, my advice is to go out into the world, start off working for someone else. Having a role as an employee is a really good place to start, because you're going to learn, you're going to generate some income, and you're going to get a basis of what the industry is like and whether you like it and whether you're cut out for it. These are 3 really important things, and my advice is that when you're working for that corporation, for that national, company, whatever it is, just take it as a learning experience. Yeah, sure, okay, maybe there'll be times when you feel like you're not progressing as much as you might want to, but the benefit of it is that you're learning. It's like an extension of your study. If you see working for someone else as a learning experience and not the end goal, and you're someone who wants to start a business down the track, then I think you'll feel fulfilled from it and it will be a better long-term play. It's really important that you sit down, take the time to evaluate where you want to be in 5 years, where you want to be in 10 years, whether you want to work within something bigger, be part of an organization that you think really stands for change, or you want to be the person that builds that organization and starts it up from scratch. I think that there are valid arguments either way for running your own business or working within a company, and it all comes down to personal preference and an evaluation of where you want to be down the track. If you're someone who's sitting on the fence and you're truly just unsure, I recommend giving ownership of your own show a go, because it's going to grow you immensely. And not only that, even if you fail 10 times, it's going to look really good on your resume. It's going to really impress people, and you're going to show yourself what you're made of, and you're not going to have that what if factor in your mind. But ultimately, again, it comes down to your own personal preferences and where you want to be down the track. Thank you very much for watching this video. I appreciate each and every single one of you that take the time to watch my content from start to finish. If you like this content, I would really appreciate it if you like this video and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. I release content every couple of days, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.